When I say it looked like a scene from Pompeii, seriously, everything was covered in, and here's the most disgusting part, it wasn't even dust, it was just this dead skin flakes. What you want? I ain't got a baby. Cause yeah, I have not been filming videos. Hi guys. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, Annabelle, why do you hate us? Ugh. And frankly, it's because of what you did that one time, and I will never forgive you for that. That's why I haven't been posting. It's actually your fault. You just haven't been good enough for me to post for. If you guys actually have no idea. If you were to ask me what went on in your life in the month that you didn't film a video, guys, when I tell you, basically like a full-blown novella, like sub-characters, subplots, the craziest twists and turns you could ever imagine is what I actually have been going through. It's actually wild how much has happened, and unfortunately I cannot really tell you much of what has happened, just because, you know, just trust me, honestly, trust me, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. Okay, but anyways, I'm back. That's the moral of the story, is that I'm back and I've got some lovely topics for us. Okay, I feel like I'm starting all over again. That's how long it's been. I'm so sorry, and I'm genuinely so sorry. I didn't mean for it to get like this. Yeah, just things have been happening, and I have just been busy, yeah. That's what we'll call it. I have been thinking about dating recently, for no particular reason, but I just have had it on my mind. And I just want to know, am I the only one who actually, for a first date, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think dinner, like a really serious sit down across each other dinner, I don't like that. I actually don't like that. It feels so, I don't know, it feels too tense for me. It feels like too much pressure. I just think for first date, just the thought of a guy just watching me eat, is that kind of crazy? I feel like as girls sometimes we're a bit shy about how we eat because we don't want to look like a freaking monster. So I don't know, it's just the weirdest thing that most of the time when you're meeting a guy for the first time, you're eating in front of him, and I don't know, I mean, there are certain ways you can make it look ladylike and stuff, but I'm sorry, I don't want to be seeing you for the first time or talking to you for the first time and I'm thinking about the food that's like stuck in my tooth and how I'm gonna get it out, you know? It's just too much. I don't know. I feel like people get that. I feel like people can understand that because it's a lot of pressure, and I feel like sometimes you don't act act like yourself in that situation. So first date, actually don't take me to dinner. Dates after that, 100% yes, but the first date, it's got to be something else. I don't know. Okay. I think people are actually too scared of germs these days. I know, I know it's better safe than sorry, but I think the lack of germs is what's actually causing weakened immune systems. Because growing up, I mean, it was like it was germs. Like the house was always really, really clean, but when we were outside, mud, trees, animals, like it was dirt, and germs. If you don't expose yourself to certain things, your body doesn't know how to fight them. So I think, obviously to a certain extent, if you use the bathroom, please wash your hands, please. But honestly, I'm not like a super duper hand washer. I'll wash it when it's necessary, but I mean, I'll wash it after I've touched chicken. I'll wash it after I've been like outside and I know I've touched, public things. After the bathroom, obviously. But I don't know, some people will just like be in their homes and touch things and then they're like, I've got to wash my hands. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Or if you have to wash your hands every time you eat, maybe that's controversial. But honestly though, I think I keep track in my mind how clean my hands are. So if I know I've just been in my room, the only things I've touched are my things, and I know I keep my things clean, then I'm really not going to wash my hands. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Washing your hands too much also dries them out. And listen, I need to keep these digits as lubricated as possible. If I drop food on the floor and it's not covered in hair or anything crazy, I'm gonna eat it. I'm sorry. If you're the kind though, here's the thing. If you're the kind to wear your outside shoes inside, don't ever do this. If you wear your outside shoes inside and you drop food inside and you pick it up and you eat it, you are gross. That's all, you're just gross. It really all depends the lifestyle you lead as to how disgusting you can be. There's a certain level of germs that is necessary, and that's healthy. There are a few exceptions to keeping really clean. I say if you're doing something for someone else, as in if you're cooking for someone else or something of that sort, you definitely need to wash your hands. I'm sorry, they need to be spotless. Everything needs to be spotless. I think if you're doing it for someone else, you owe them that to, be the cleanest you absolutely can be. But if it's for yourself, like when I'm cooking for myself, girl, germs, they don't exist to me, barely. It's like, it doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy it because I think it makes me healthier, and it's worked for me so far. I really hardly ever get sick. So yeah, I've probably put some gross things in my mouth. Okay, I get those people people who say don't sit on the bed with your outside clothes, but also I sit on the bed with my outside clothes. Listen, yes, my bed is not 100%, you know, germ free, but guys, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I totally get why people do that, but also it's within context, right? If I know I've gone onto public transport and I've just like sat my butt like really hard on the seat, and the chances of the germs being really bad germs are high, I definitely will take it off. But if I've just been walking, I don't know. It seems too much for me. I feel like it's hard enough to function with everything we have to do each day. Now the thought of when I come home, to lie in my bed, I have to take all my clothes off and change into different clothes, knowing that I'm probably still going to want to go out later and then I have to change back into my clothes. That's not gonna work for me, and I'm not sitting in a chair all day. I need my bed, okay? Other things that people might find gross, but I just genuinely don't care about, is that I'll lay in the grass without a blanket. I'll just be there like this, without a blanket. And I know people might think, ew, you don't know what's on the ground. I mean, it's the ground. That's why it's the freaking ground, you know? There's everything on it, and it's not gonna kill you. That's just what I'm trying to come to, is that all these things, they're not gonna kill you. Something else I do that people might find a bit gross. I'm not sure if I want to admit to this, but I will. I don't always wash my fruit before I eat them. If you're throwing tomatoes at me, so be it, but I'm not gonna wash that either. Guys, I have to laugh at my jokes. There's nobody else here too. Not all. I mean, it depends, guys. It depends. If I pick it up and I look at it and it doesn't look dirty, I don't know, guys. Because I grew up literally eating fruit from the trees, it just doesn't bother me, to be honest with you. I know people are gonna say, oh, but there's all of that. But honestly, I don't care. I actually don't care. I'm gonna eat the fruit and I don't need to wash it. And I have not died and I will not die. So it's okay, guys. I feel like we're all so tense. Everything has to be perfect and like perfectly sanitized and clean. I mean, you see those things, those little those little pod looking things that people drop into fruit and it sprays out this like foam. Guys, can we be for real? That's not doing anything. I don't believe that's doing anything. So I just think we need to live like we're not afraid that a little dirt on a nectarine is going to kill us. That is pathetic. I mean, sorry, I don't mean pathetic. I know people have issues. But I'm sorry, we did not evolve to how we are today to be scared of a little dirt. You know, obviously if you have issues, yes, be scared of the dirt, I get it. If you don't have underlying health conditions, you're gonna be fine, trust me. Actually, don't trust me, because if one of you do die because of a little dirt on a nectarine, and you're like, she told me to. Allegedly, you won't die. Another thing that's like totally not gross is wearing your jeans multiple days in a row. Here's the thing. If you wear jeans one time and they are so stinky that you need to wash them immediately, that is not a clothing problem, that is actually a medical problem. So yeah, I wear my jeans multiple times. I think max 3 days in a row. I think that's fine. With grime, I can deal with dirt. The one thing I actually despise like no other is dust. Dust, guys? I don't mind. A place can be sticky, it can be, you know, whatever. But if it's dusty, and I have a story for you. I have a story for you and I'm gonna tell it. When I lived in England, I was in a house share and there was this guy that I lived with, among other people. However, he had a skin condition. He had a skin condition where his skin would flake off, and he would use the bathroom, and his skin flakes would literally be everywhere. His skin flakes would literally be everywhere, and he would not clean up after himself. I didn't last long in that place, safe to say, and the landlord did a check on his room one day, and I peeped my head in just to see what was going on. When I say it looked like a scene from Pompeii, seriously, everything was covered in, and here's the most disgusting part, it wasn't even dust, it was just this dead skin flakes. When I wish I took a video, but that would be too far, obviously. Skin, dust, skin, this thick. On books, this thick. On the floor, on the computer, this thick, guys. I was like, I'm living with a serial killer. Because there is no way you go back to this every day. He worked. He had a good job. Every day you came back to this. Literally, when I say it was traumatic, it was a horror scene for me. Because dust is the worst thing. I would have preferred if it was literally covered in feces. I'm not joking. I would have preferred that. I couldn't believe my eyes. I could not believe my eyes. I think after that, I just went to my room and I just sat on the side of my bed. Just in shock. Because the bathroom is one thing. The fact that, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night, I need the bathroom. If I forget that you exist and I sit and it's happened before, that's why I'm so traumatized. I sat down and I immediately remembered, oh my god, it was so disgusting. I literally almost fainted. I almost screamed. It was terrible. I had to take a shower. I literally had to take a shower. I could not believe the state that this man was in. Clearly he needed help. Clearly he really needed help. And this had been years. He lived there years, guys. So this is like serious layers, like of years and years of dead skin flakes. I feel like I have spiders crawling all over me. Traumatizing. Seriously. People are like, why did you leave England? You don't know the trauma. Because unless you really have a lot of money and you can afford to live by yourself, most normal people cannot do that, especially with the cost of living. So you have to live with people. The stories I have of... Girl. You guys don't even want to know, honestly. It gets wild, but I'm sure everybody experiences that. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the topics I have for today. I'm just gonna take a quick walk. Do you guys like my skirt, by the way? I know you can't really see it. Hold on. Can you see? Okay, wait. Oh, here it is. Isn't it cute? I love it. It's so cute.